right, welcome to Sport Talk on Enterprise TV, where sport news from the four corners of the world are delivered at its best. If you are joining us for the first time, please do well to follow us across all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV 7. My name is John Olasikomi. Join me and let's ride together. It is no longer a news that the Super Eagles of Nigeria failed to win against Zimbabwe on Tuesday, as their chances of making it to the next World Cup is now in jeopardy. And of course, league also resumes from the English FA Cup to Spanish La Liga, Italian Serie A, and of course, the Bundesliga in Germany. Joining me today is a man called Innocent, making a return to Sport Talk this wonderful afternoon. Welcome to Sport Talk.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
All right, great to have you, Innocent. All right, let's move straight to the camp of the Super Eagles. Former Super Eagles striker Isaac Success has criticized the Nigeria Football Federation, talking about NFF, for its poor handling of the national team's 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying campaign. Nigeria's qualification hopes have suffered major setbacks, with the latest being a 1-0 draw against Zimbabwe in Rio. With just 4 matches left, the Super Eagles are trailing Group C leader South Africa by 6 points, making the task of securing a World Cup ticket significantly harder. Now, Innocent, you were here on studio when we discussed about the Super Eagles of Nigeria against the Amavubi of Rwanda. You predicted the correct score and you got it right. 2-0, all thanks to Victor James Osimhen. Now, coming back home against Zimbabwe, that's, as far as football is concerned to me, they are no near to the Super Eagles of Nigeria at all. It's been 44 years and we've been dealing with them in this great nation. I can remember even the last time that we failed to qualify for the World Cup in 2006. The likes of Osaze Odewinge trashed them 5-1. But now we failed to win here in Nigeria, 1-0. And Isaac Sosa have come out to say he will blame the NFF. Abe George said he will blame Eric Chell and of course the Super Eagles players. A lot of mixed reactions as far as football is concerned, most especially the sport lovers in this great nation. So what are your thoughts on this one?
Anyway, lots of Nigerians are disappointed. In this particular World Cup campaign, it's an enlarged group, and the larger, the better our chances, you know. If there were fewer, you play fewer games, and if you are losing, by now, if it was the old format, I think our fate of disqualification would have been sealed.
Yes, of course.
You know, so Nigeria, fresh from a 2-0 victory over Rwanda, came into the game looking to build momentum. That's why it's disappointing. Well, the Zimbabweans, truth be told, they were combative, defensive, but expectedly, Victor Osimhen found the opener through a Moses Simon's assist. And 1-0 is 3 points.
Yes, of course.
If you are chasing that kind of apex qualification where the Bafana are very stingy with losing points, we needed to be at our best, you know, and the result we have now leaves our hopes for qualification hanging on the balance. And so, has Success been at the World Cup before?
Not at all.
Okay. So his cry may be for those who have not gone but are looking bright to go. So sometimes we go with take the message, leave the messenger. If you get my point. So Success is right, but you know, in Nigeria, you are careful who you blame, depending on your position, so the hammer doesn't fall on you. Well, Success is outside the fold.
You know why we agree with you, Innocent? Because after they fired Ose Pesero, it took the NFF like over a month to even wire Finidi George.
Okay.
And Finidi George left. It took them how many months again to bring in Eric Chell for us. So maybe that is the reason why he said he will definitely blame them.
No, the NFF is to blame, all right. I would say this. Nigerians had a lot of bone to chew with the predecessor to Pesero, was Gernot Rohr.
Gernot Rohr.
And then Pesero. Gernot Rohr didn't fail, but did not cross the Nigeria's previous achievements of bronze. Pesero was not loved, but he scaled through to silver, which we hadn't gotten in a long time. Did Gernot Rohr get silver?
At all.
And Pesero too, this same fate of Nigeria versus Zimbabwe, cost him a victory in that hostile Ivorian stadium in Abidjan. You know, so, and then the NFF, I see them as specialists in excavation. If they sack Eric Chell now, not today,
okay,
in the event of a sack, they will bring you a coach whose name you never knew. You will be here, the Hervé Renard, you know, Cameroon, Ghana, Morocco, South Africa. As soon as they hire a coach, you are jittery because the track record of that coach is known. You don't want to cross them. There was a time, you know, Hervé Renard had coached, who were the people? Zambia to the trophy, Cote d'Ivoire to the trophy. He lost with Morocco and coached Saudi to the World Cup. And as at the time he was off job, I think that was even before Pesero, it was touted that Hervé Renard was coming. I was very pleased. I don't think Hervé Renard will come here and you tell him who to play, who not to.
No, it's not even about.
I'm coming, I'm land. But,
all right.
But my point is, what is the quality of the coaches this NFF? If you want to give us home-based coaches, I'm fine with Finidi. I don't even know why the NFF cannot sign Emmanuel Amonike. I would have preferred an Amonike to this Eric Chell, if we go by Amonike's credentials.
Okay.
But Eric Chell, for me, has not done badly. My only, and then comparatively, Chell at 2 games is on 4 points.
Yes, of course.
Finidi at 2 games was on how many points?
1 point.
Pesero 2 games.
2 points.
You know, so Finidi is the worst of the 3. So Eric Chell is the best of the 3. But where has his best taken us? Is his best good enough? Because now we are punching, and I agree completely with Isaac's success. Was it the only one who complained?
Abe George criticized Eric Chell and the players against Zimbabwe.
For that,
and of course, the equalizer by the Zimbabweans, I also blamed the captain, Truth Ekong. He was so timid.
The captain or the coach? Who would you blame them more?
The coach.
For that 3rd goal?
Yes, of course. You know why? Because we were leading. Osimhen got injured. You knew from onset, from 0 minute, that this team are not playing well. So why did you bring in another striker for a striker? Why can't you just defend the lone goal? Like you said, 1 goal is just 3 points.
Yeah,
at 87 minutes.
If that one striker who came in, we survived 1-0, would you still blame the coach?
Yes, of course, I will. Because if you take a look at all the coaches that you mentioned, the Pesero, what is his name, Finidi George, they didn't have the opportunity to have Osimhen with them.
Okay, Osimhen, but
Osimhen didn't play the first 4 games.
Oh, okay.
Now you have the opportunity of playing Osimhen. The 3 goals that we scored was scored by Osimhen. So it's more of Osimhen Eagles, not even Super Eagles of Nigeria anymore.
It's a team game anyway.
So if Osimhen had played under Finidi George, maybe he would have done better.
Arguably so. Anyway, I would rather blame Trustekong. There was no combat in that. The man strode to score. You know, short of bagging a penalty or whatever, you can rush for the ball and alter his movement. Yes, because he came,
disturb him a little bit.
You know, how is it called in tennis? That was like an unforced error.
Yes, of course.
He just came in, strode, and the keeper was exposed. So I think Nigerians have gone to pray, I don't know to what God, so that South Africans can lose.
2 games?
But you see, it's one thing for South Africa to lose. It's difficult to vouch that we will win all our remaining games.
Yes, of course.
So here we are. There we go again.
All right, 4 games to be played. Can the Super Eagles of Nigeria win their next 4 games?
Including against Bafana.
If we win our next 4 games, we'll be on 19 points.
Yes.
So can 19 points...
And that means South Africa will lose. So the deficit will be reduced to 3.
Okay.
Then they will still be topping the group. If we had won this and South Africa lost, would have been now drawn or level on point. These are the permutations that go with Nigeria qualify. Everybody goes to if. I think we'll still be dealing with an abacus.
All right, Innocent, on this one, do you think we can still make it to the next World Cup via, playoffs, or we qualify?
I think there is a particular point teams must bag to qualify for the playoffs. It's not mere coming second. There are many clubs, there are many national teams that will come second.
But can they make 18 points? 19 points at the end of the day. Or even more than 19 points. Because 19 points is big.
It's not the size of your point. If the other people who came second have bigger points,
that's what I'm saying.
we won't
Can
qualify.
they make 19 points?
They can if, as we have analyzed, they don't lose any other.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because if you go entertaining draws again.
All right. Let's see how it goes. And of course, let's hope that the Super Eagles of Nigeria make it to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. We can't afford to, you know, to not play at the World Cup back to back. It's going to be a bad one, to this great nation as far as football is concerned. All right, away from Super Eagles, let's move straight to the NPFL. Others, Rangers suffered 1-0 defeat to Plateau United in the Nigerian Premier Football League NPFL Match Day 31 fixture at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium, Enugu, on Thursday. League leaders, I beg your pardon, Remo Stars, extended their lead at the top of the table with a 2-0 victory over Enyimba in Ikene. And now talking about NPFL. It's been a while. It's been 25 years since any team in the Southwest last won the NPFL. It's been 25 years. And now we have Remo Stars on top of the league table, leading Rivers United by 8 points. They still have a game in hand. And Finidi George said they will fight until the final day.
Finidi is coaching at Remo.
He's coaching at Rivers United.
Okay.
They are second on the log table.
Okay, and they are all at 30 points. Some 30 matches, some have played 31.
Yes, of course.
Will they get to that 38 because they are a 20?
Yes, of course, 38.
20 team table. Well, the way the table stands, the people I would like to commend there are two.
Okay.
The third position, Abia Warriors, and then the sixth position, Ikorodu. You know, these are not people at the beginning of the season you thought could be where they are at this time of the season. And it tells you that there is a conspiracy by, in quote, the teams from the south to do something better this time around. Because in the top 10, Enyimba, Pendel Insurance, Ikorodu, Enugu, Shooting, Abia, Rivers, Remo are all south. It's only Kwara 10 and Kano 8 that are pulling their weight from the north. So it looks certain a team from the south will win. What team is what we don't know. And Finidi is like Jose Mourinho in the Turkish league. He's second position, but he's looking a distant second. If Remo evens out their outstanding game, the gap will widen.
11 points.
You know.
11 points.
And with 8 games to go, yes, anything can happen. I've seen Man United, Sir Alex Ferguson chase Arsene Wenger, 8 points gap and run over him. But this is Nigeria. The travels are tedious and all of that. Players could get injured. What is the turf we play on? Is it grass? Is it synthetic turf? But kudos to Remo. If you look at, in quote, who is Remo? Where is Remo? They are not your regulars, yes, So I would be backing them on this one to go all the way. It will be a glorious win.
It will definitely be a glorious win according to Innocent. And of course, they've been knocking the door for the past 3 seasons. They are just like us now of NPFL. I just hope by this time around, they get to win the NPFL. All right, let's take a look at other results. Sunshine Stars 0, Atlant 0, Kano 0, Bendel Insurance 0, Kwara United 1, Nasarawa United 0, Bayelsa 1, Rivers United 0, Abia Warriors 2, Lobi Stars 0, Academy Warriors 2, Shooting Stars 2, Remo Stars 2, Enyimba 0, Enugu Rangers 0, Plateau United 1, Aqua United 2, and of course Niger Tornadoes 0. Talking about Aqua United, this is the 4th season in a row that they will be battling with relegation. And this time around, they just managed to win yesterday. And now they are above the relegation zone with just 1 point. They are 16 on the log table.
My heart goes to Aqua United because one of my mentors, he doesn't know me, is Etubon Paul Bassi, who is now the sports commissioner at Akwa Ibom State. There was a time Akwa was a glorious team, still with his guide. So I wish Aqua does all the right thing beside eating that delicious afang soup. They should get the right result and remain in the Premiership.
You know my own major concern? You cannot have that beautiful stadium and you'll be playing at NLN next season. To me, it doesn't make any sense. They should make sure that they avoid relegation, in my own opinion.
They will. I think they can.
Oh, okay.
I think they can because the table shows that if you look at that relegation dogfight, Aqua is comfortably placed if they can keep scooping the right results. Because it's like 7 matches to go.
All right, let's see how it goes. Aqua United will definitely play in the NPFL next season. All right, away from local football, let's move straight to foreign football. Manchester City face Bournemouth in the FA Cup quarter-finals, aiming to keep alive their last chance of silverware in a turbulent season. City are the last of the Premier League big guns, still standing as Nottingham Forest, Fulham and Brighton headline the FA Cup's year of the underdog. Now, I love that. Take a look at this season. Take a look at Manchester City. Pep Guardiola had issues with his wife, and since then, he's been up and down. He's not been doing well in the Champions League, even in the league. He's struggling as we speak. We don't even know whether City will definitely make top 4 at the end of the day. But they are still up there. Now, out of all these teams in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, they are the only big team in these fixtures now in the quarterfinals. Do you see them winning the FA Cup at least? Just to, make sure that the season is not gone like that.
Well, what I think is Man City they are taking the route of Eric Ten Hag. You see, if they win this tie, they will qualify for the UEFA Champions League. So it will no longer count whether they came in the top 4, because of the people like Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest some surprise package alongside Liverpool and Arsenal. They are in 6th position, and they are going at, or they are 5th now, and this is their golden opportunity because in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, like you said, they are the only big team there, bracing up for Bournemouth challenge on Sunday. There are other people who will play too: Preston, Aston Villa, Nottingham, Brighton, and Fulham, Crystal Palace. Truly makes it the year of the underdogs. The complexion of this table does not have a Man United, a Liverpool, Chelsea,
the Arsenal,
and all of, not even Tottenham in that mix. So it's let's not put it the Super Eagles way. We would have said, looking at this fixture, Man City will stroll.
Man City all the way.
Yes, but lately, Pep Guardiola finally became human, and is suffering defeats left and right. And then you don't know what Man City team turns up this day. Notice that Bournemouth are highly psyched up. So Guardiola is the one who should be on the lookout.
All right, let's take a look at other fixtures. Fulham versus Crystal Palace, Brighton and Hove versus Nottingham Forest, Preston North versus Aston Villa, Bournemouth versus Manchester City. Away from England, let's move straight to Spain. In the world of La Liga, you can call it La Liga Santander. Barcelona swept to a comfortable 3-0 victory over Osasuna to move 3 points clear at the top of La Liga, despite their discontent at having to play their match on Thursday. Now, talking about La Liga, it's between Barcelona, Real Madrid, and of course, Atletico de Madrid. And ever since Hansi Flick took over Barcelona, they've been doing wonders, in my own opinion. Lewandowski has been scoring goals back-to-back. Lamine Yamal has been one of the finest players of his own generation. The likes of Pedri, Gavi, is arguably Pedri, the best midfielder in the world right now. I don't know, but I'm just saying, that's why I said arguably he's the best midfielder for me. And of course, they played against Osasuna. It ended 3-0 in favor of Barcelona. And now Real Madrid, they are now above Real Madrid with 3 points. So it's going to be a difficult one for Real Madrid. Did you see Barcelona taking La Liga this season?
Yeah, Barcelona have been undefeated since late December. They are the only team in Europe's top 5 league yet to lose in 2025. Like you said, they are 3 points clear. It's an easy win over Osasuna. Yeah, Robert Lewandowski still in his element as a veteran now. Ferran Torres opened that scoring, but truth be told, Hansi Flick enjoying a good lease of life. He's also Are they still in the Champions League?
Yes, of course.
Yes, so I was going to say that he was one of those who had that easy qualification. Barcelona competing on two fronts, but as it were, the table is crowded, where at 28 matches, they are 3 points above Real Madrid, and then a further 7 points above Atleti. Don't forget that in fourth place there are new visitors there, Athletic Bilbao, challenging. But at the time they slumped, Madrid came top,
yes,
and then Madrid swapped the slump, and Barcelona has gone top. Anybody could see that it's a season that can go anyway. It's a season that can go anyway. And any blip, Diego Simeone will be waiting in the wings to capitalize. But so far, Barcelona looking strong, but the momentum seems to be with Real Madrid.
I think the only advantage that Atletico Madrid has now is the fact that they've been knocked out of the Champions League. So their focus will be they'll focus more on La Liga than Barcelona and, of course, Real Madrid. All right, let's take a look at other fixtures. Espanyol at home against Atletico de Madrid. Real Madrid hosts Leganés. Barcelona versus Girona. Bilbao versus Osasuna. Real Betis versus Sevilla. All right, away from La Liga, let's move straight to Italy. In Italian Serie A, Juventus are expected to transform their tactics to a 3-4-2-1 formation under the man called Tudor, with Koopmeiners replicating the role he had with Atalanta. The Bianconeri fired Thiago Motta after a their run of results, culminating in a 4-0 home defeat to Atalanta and 3-0 loss at Fiorentina. Now, are we saying this is going to be a coach bounce for, the Juventus after they fired Thiago Motta? They lost back-to-back, 4 goals, 7 unreplied goals.
Well, Juve are 5th on the log. They've played the same 59 with all the others, but they are 12 points behind first place. Inter.
They just forget about the league.
Oh, no,
they
yeah.
Just continue,
who are also 3 points above, what's his name?
Napoli.
Antonio Conte, Napoli. Aruna Lukman's Atalanta still holding sway in 3rd place with 58 points. And Bologna seem to be the strange bedfellow at the top end of the table. Juventus, they had kept faith a long time with their favorite coach. I'm trying to remember, Massimiliano Allegri. But it doesn't look like the manager bounce is favoring. But sometimes it's not new for managers to lose their first games in charge. I remember when Sam Allardyce, I think, took over, was in Newcastle or one of these clubs. And then his first match was against Sir Alex Ferguson. And in his press conference, he said he would like to beg the fans not to judge him by the result of this first game. You can't just become a rescue coach for one new club. And they are giving you the tests of Sir Alex with a prime Man United. They were beaten in that game, 3-1, but Allardyce went on to save the club from relegation. He's a master at that. So, and then Italy, Juve need to be careful. There's Roma on the wings as well. So, Juventus, well, such a glorious, glorious club, but kingdoms rise and win if you look at Man United as well. So, interesting days we are seeing in the La Liga. And I think Simone Inzaghi, I would like to commend him because there was a time Antonio Conte was running Serie A by storm. But Simeone found his rhythm, and Argentine captain and Inter captain Lautaro Martinez is in unstoppable form.
All right, let's see how it goes. This weekend, Juventus hosts Genoa at home at the Allianz Stadium. Lecce versus Roma, Fiorentina versus Ademola Lookman's Atalanta, Inter Milan versus Udinese, and the biggest game happens to be Napoli versus AC Milan. All right, away from Italian Serie A, let's move straight to Germany. With 8 games remaining in the Bundesliga season, Bayer Leverkusen coach Xabi Alonso promised his side would fight until the end in their chase of league leaders Bayern Munich. Defending champions Leverkusen all 16 plays Bochum on Friday and withdraw to within 3 points of Bayern if they win. In as much as I don't want Bayern Munich to win the league this season, but because of one man, Harry Kane, for the first time, at least he should taste that silverware. Let him just win something, for crying out loud. He has suffered a lot, even with England, the English national team, and of course with Tottenham from way back. And I believe this is his time to win something.
Oh well, last season, Vincent Kompany, it was his first time to coach Bayern.
Bayern Munich, yes, of course.
And he fell short. So I think we should also be happy for him this season. A rookie at an epic club. You know, it was a mismatch. But from the look of things, all of them have done 26 games. You know, Bayern is an 18-team table. And so Vincent Kompany is 6 points ahead of Leverkusen. The miracle with Xabi Alonso failing to repeat itself, so far they've also been dumped out of Europe, remember? So maybe it's a blessing in disguise to use all their arsenal and fight Bayern. But of course, like you said, it would be an awesome end of the season if Harry Kane could kiss that Bundesliga trophy. It will demystify all the myth around Harry Kane being a plague that hates trophies, so to speak.
All right, let's take a look at other fixtures. Leverkusen versus Bochum, Bayern Munich versus St. Pauli, Frankfurt versus Stuttgart, Dortmund versus Mainz, Mönchengladbach versus Leipzig. Talking about Dortmund are 11th on the log table. I used to call them academy team. Of course, they used to produce players for big teams like Real Madrid, Chelsea to come and pick them. All right, our time is fast spent. That is how much you can take on Sponsor on Enterprise TV 7. Endeavor to subscribe and click our notification bell to get notified of all alerts. Follow us across all social media platforms at Enterprise TV 7. Like, share, and engage in all our comments. Do well to visit us on our website at www.enterprisetvnews.com. Follow all the news. You can use the live updates and the inclusives. Innocent has been great on the show this wonderful afternoon.
Well, I'm in the mood for the weekend.
All right. My name remains John Olashkomi. Thanks for watching.
Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.